Growing up, one of my favorite meals that I would look forward to was corned beef and cabbage, especially around St. Patrick's Day. To walk in through the door after school and smell the corned beef and cabbage cooking on the stove was always a treat. And to me, there was never enough meat to go around. It was always the first thing gone. But I'm older now, a lot older, so let's see if we can make it as good as Mom did. The first thing you're gonna need is your corned beef brisket. Now you can get these at most grocery stores and supermarkets, and most of the time they will come with this little seasoning packet. If yours doesn't, I'll leave a recipe below, but most of the time it's just pickling season. So the first thing we're gonna do is unwrap this, bring it over to the sink, and wash it down. Once your corned beef is all washed off, pat it dry, and then get out a large pot, something that's gonna be able to hold at least 6 quarts of water. Corned beef goes in, grab your packet of seasonings that came with your corned beef and add that right in. Grab a few bay leaves and throw those in. You can also throw in any other seasonings or spices that you got or that you like chopped garlic, things like that. Then you want to add enough water so that your corned beef is fully covered, about 2 inches with water. I added about 8 cups of water. Bring your pot over to the stove, high heat, and you want to bring this up to a boil. Once your pot is at a rapid boil, turn down the heat to a simmer, cover this with a lid, and simmer for about 2 hours. Our corned beef has been simmering for almost 2 hours, so now we're going to get our vegetables ready. First thing we're going to do is our cabbage. Now, as far as the cabbage goes, the size and shape that you want to cut this in is really up to you. I mean, you could do shredded, you could do big chunks, small chunks, medium chunks. Me, I'm going to do some nice and medium cuts. You know, I want a nice sized piece of cabbage, and I think it'll look better for presentation wise too. Our 2-hour timer is up, so go ahead and add your cabbage to the pot. And I just want to point out the meat has about an hour left to cook, so that's how long the cabbage is going to cook also. I like my cabbage a little bit more on the well done side. If you want your cabbage a little bit more firmer, you could put it in maybe 30, even 20 minutes when the meat has 30 or 20 minutes left. I also quartered a large onion, and we're going to throw that in there too now with the cabbage. Now this is going to cook for an hour total, but at the 30-minute mark, we're going to throw in some carrots. I'm going to do about 5. We're going to trim them, peel them, wash them, and then I'm just going to give them a nice size rough chop. Along with the carrots, we're doing 1 pound of mini yellow potatoes. If you don't have mini potatoes, feel free to cut regular potatoes into some medium chunks. 30 minutes is up, so we're going to add our carrots and potatoes, and then this is going to cook for a final 30 minutes. While our corned beef and vegetables finish cooking, we're going to make a sauce, a mayo and vinegar based sauce, which I think will go perfect with this. Aside from mustard, we always ate ours with mustard, but I think the sauce is also going to be a nice addition. We're going to add 1 cup of mayo. By the way, full recipe for everything, including this sauce, will be in the description. So if you're liking the video so far, hit it with a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and send this video to a friend. Next, 1/4 cup of vinegar and 1/4 cup apple cider vinegar. Add the juice from half a lemon, a teaspoon of horseradish, and a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, about half a teaspoon of salt and pepper, 1 tablespoon of good old table sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, although sometimes I call it Kanye pepper. Mix this up until everything is nice and creamy, and that is our sauce. After that last 30 minutes, take your meat out and let it rest for at least 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes. 15 would probably be good, but I'd go 20 minutes. And you can leave your vegetables in that broth if you want them to get even more tender, which is what I'm going to do. After you let your meat rest, go ahead and slice up that meat, thick or thin. It is your preference. I'm doing a little bit of both. And dinner is ready. That is our corned beef and cabbage, potatoes and carrots. I'm going to serve mine up with that sauce we made, a little bit of yellow mustard, and some spicy Dijon mustard. And of course, what would some corned beef be without making a good old sandwich? I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow mustard, some of those onions from the pot, and then I'm piling that meat on nice, high, and thick. And then I'm topping it with some of that cabbage from the pot, although I really wish I had some sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut. And I'm being extra generous with the sauce. Top with our top piece of bread, and there you go. That's my little makeshift sandwich. Alright everyone, unfortunately that's it for me. That's it for this video. That's it for me in this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and let me know what you're going to be watching when you eat your corned beef and cabbage. Lucky the Irish or the leprechaun?